Right. Ah, yes. Social media. The wondrous platforms on the internet that were made to bring us all together. Whether they were originally tended to be as shallow as to rate women on their appearance, Facebook, they all eventually developed their way into our lives to be a regular method of communication. No matter if you're on the shitter, chucking litter or unexplainably bitter, regardless of how you make use of social media, it's pretty inescapable. Hell, there's even jobs in it. Yeah, I've been there. But along with the platforms themselves being pretty inescapable, so is something else. The people that use it. Fucking people, man. We live in a society. Social media gives us a platform and the tools, but ultimately the people on those platforms using those tools make social media what it is. Much like society, I'm a firm believer that societal culture now derives from how we interact and make use of the online world. Pretty much most things in the modern day seem to come from social media first, and then make their way into other parts of our lives, like our jobs, our infrastructure, and even our government. Social media is the equivalent of the Bible. We cast and learn our views, lifestyle choices, vocabulary choices, purchase decisions, all based on these platforms that hold our brands, our friends, and our influencers. Fucking influencers. And all of those things are entirely subjective to different types of readings, different types of responses, different types of development. It's probably too controversial to use the Bible as an example. It's not like the Bible. Basically, a big fucking shit show of billions of people trying to say things, but there can only be one Aristotles, one Darwin, and one fucking Harry Styles at a time, okay? Occasionally, some people will say things more than other people, and then people that people like say it, and now everyone's saying it, except they're not, because there's another half who disagree, and there's another fraction who don't care, and now something else is kicked off on the other side, and everyone's forgotten what the original point was. And now I'm getting DMs from middle-aged men telling me I should kill myself. Social media is so unstructured and so free and open that I don't think anyone is developed to adequately deal with it without it doing their head in. Society is, and what we know about the world is preached to us to be stable and structured.
A strong and stable leader.
This is what we do, this is how it's run, this is what we should do, but in reality, it's not like that. Governments are full of the exact same shit you see on social media. It's hundreds of people trying to say something, trying to be the person who everyone goes, yeah, I like what they're saying, despite having an echo chamber of a few mates that kind of back them, absolutely no fucking idea what they're really going on about. But not everyone's the same type of person on social media. Everyone wants to be heard somewhat, or listen and engage with the people who are saying it how it should. Everyone's a self-righteous in their own right, yes, which can be good, but everyone is still very, very different. It's okay to be different. It's great to be different, in fact, but when you get a platform of billions and billions of people who are all very different with no real societal understanding on how to deal with our differences without breaking into World War fucking III, social media just fuels the chaos. We've only recently got social media, but before then you would only know the people you know and hear about things on the news, and in this crazy huge world we had no idea how different we were until social media came. We had no idea how believably unbearable we all fucking are. But we have this thing that allows you to talk to each other with a few taps. You hear about this thing that allows you to talk to people and go, actually you're wrong. Did you know I think this? Did you know I hate this and I like this and I love to do this in my spare time and I have the best life in the world? It's quite funny that you actually think that, really. You think like that 24/7. What the fuck? Lol, XD. And then usually something similar in response with a few extra personal remarks, perhaps a copied and pasted picture of their profile picture and a comment poking fun at their bone structure, and then a few exchange fuck yous. Not everyone is like this. Some people just watch. But watching is generally just as bad. It's stressful. It's really fucking stressful. Really fucking addictive. So addictive, you look at every fucking comment section just because you know someone's arguing, and you can just sit there with your metaphorical popcorn, occasionally give the person you agree with a cheeky like. Social media is an intoxicating drug, whether you engage with the shit that gets put on it or not. It lures you in, and by the end of the day, you've done absolutely nothing except get pissed off by stupid people with stupid opinions. But again, back to differences. There are different types of people on social media, and boy, there are a few. Now, I'm all for the phrase Karens, but it's a lot more complex than that. Think of Karens as an umbrella term for all these wonderful people that we see people that we see on the internet. Now, unlike all these Darrens, you get people who complain whilst providing no valuable opinion on how they think stuff should be, and when challenged, they just resort to ridiculous name-calling or just plain giving up. Darrens fucking piss me off, because no matter how many times people try and correct them or tell them they're wrong or give any form of information that disproves what they think, they say nothing other than tell people to fuck off, fuck you, you're a prick, you're a bellend, and no brain structure. Now you get Sharons, who are people who do that, except they try and force their opinion on you as much as physically possible. Now you get Aarons, who reach out and purposely cause arguments, regardless of how well formulated someone's point was, or if they're blatantly just stating facts without the need of someone to come at them. Aarons will just full force straight into your fucking DMs, comment section, wherever you are, and purposely try and fucking argue with you. Now, those are 3 types of people we get on social media that come under the Karen umbrella most closely. But here are a few more. Discount influencers. These people post pictures and life updates that usually piggyback off of others' success. Perhaps a picture of some Jordans, but they're quite obviously cheap remakes from Wish. Picture of their middle-class parents' expensive car as if it's theirs, yet they're 16 years old. These people use social media as a way of flexing to the world, even though they're basically in the exact same circumstance as all of us. By all of us, I just mean people with a standard income that aren't millionaires or billionaires or earning through the fucking roof figures and affording to live in London apartments. We get it, it's nice to have some chic things, it's nice to live nicely, live a bit posh sometimes, but we don't care. We don't care that you've got your fake iPhone 11. We don't care that your mum drives a Mercedes Benz. And usually their response to if someone says to them, oh, you're practically a discount influencer, or you anything like that, is usually like, are you jealous? I'm like, fuck no, we're not jealous. We just gather enough from celebrities and people who have made it big and fucking show off every day. We don't need it from the people we assume are our friends or co-workers or etc. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just find it so lame when people are so obviously just flexing all the fucking time. Then you get people who think they're the next prime minister. So these people, it's usually political. These people post ridiculously long paragraphs on their point of view and why aren't you doing anything about it? You should be doing something about this. This is crazy. Look how much I care. Look how much I feel like this, and see what's happening in the world right now. And I mean, I'm one of those people sometimes because I get way too political on Facebook and Twitter, but they come into a bracket as well. Sometimes it's all right. Sometimes, especially in recent times, there's been a lot of good things that have come out of people like that who have been speaking out about the atrocities that happen in the world. But on your regular day, those people kind of grind your gears. Then you get people who share 15,000 memes a day. Yeah, cool, you found it funny, but why is my feed now clogged of all of the shit that you find funny? And these type of people usually don't even have a good sense of humour. The memes they share are fucking F tier. F tier. Now, I'm basically going to at myself because social media, there's no sitting on your high horse on social media. Everyone is bad as each other in their own way. Even if you don't interact on social media, that means you're just as bad as everyone else because we all contribute in a piss poor way. The oversharers. These are people who seem to put every single update of their day onto usually their story, usually their story, because that's what I do. That's what I fucking do. Now, these people, I'm not just saying this because I'm one of these people, but in my opinion, these people are better than a lot of the other fucking people on social media because they're actually using it for its purpose. The purpose of social media is to follow your friends and people you care about and see what they get up to. How frequently that is, I mean, is controversial. It can get a bit strenuous when you get people who post a lot about their day, but at the same time, you can choose to ignore that generally. There are people who use it in different ways. There are people who... Facebookers are fucking annoying. I mean, there's a whole different rant I could go on about how Facebook's the shittest platform going, but the people who post their updates to Facebook as a status every fucking half hour, 15 minutes, get a fucking grip, mate. Get a fucking grip, mate. The people who do that also relate to the people who post on Instagram every fucking update of their life and Twitter every fucking update of their life. But I believe that the use of stories is kind of a lot better because you can filter out the people that you don't want to look at singly by just swiping it away. Swipe the fucker away. Oh, you've made some bread today, sir. Don't give a shit. Don't want to see your whole 15-step process on how you did that. Then there's the shit posters. Oh, you have a Finsta where you post unattractive photos of you when you're drunk and you don't even look that unattractive because you're so self-conscious about yourself. You choose one of you going like that. That's not shit posting, mate. By shit posters, I mean the people generally on Twitter. Shit posting, in case you're not really too familiar, is where you just post absolute fucking bollocks. Why? Because you're bored, because your life is meaningless, and because it's just fucking funny for you to do. The thing about shit posters is they're not out there to get likes. Shitpost material doesn't get likes. Shitposters are people who post just really fucking strange and weird things, and nobody can really truly decipher what the fuck they mean, but it's kind of brilliant. The fact that so many people are so serious about social media, the fact that social media has become such a worldwide tool because people use it to do things, people use it to achieve things. Shit posters don't give a fuck. They aren't trying to achieve anything, they aren't trying to do anything. They're just there and they're just fucking around. Now, before I fuck off and post some bullshit to social media, there are a few kind of subcultures that I'll quickly diverge through and then I can piss off of your screens. So there are the artsy and sort of indie side of social media that post really pretentious shit. I don't really have much of an opinion on that, bearing in mind I'm a creative person and I post quite pretentious shit that I've created. But they exist, putting them out there. And then I'm labelling musicians as a kind of not included in that completely, mainly because music's so fucking diverse. I mean, you get people who post their SoundCloud because they're a SoundCloud rapper constantly 24/7 a day. There are so many different types of people, different types of ways people use social media, that there's never a way for us to understand each other truly. We can understand the people who are similar or the same to us, but so fucking whack. Social media is so fucking whack and so stressful, and really this whole rant has been so incomprehensible. But my main message from this is not go off social media, have a full wipe of your social media accounts and announce it to everyone like those few people seem to always do, and then are back the next day. My advice is really this: post what you enjoy, without being that guy. And when I say that guy, without being someone who thinks they're above everyone, someone who thinks that they're the best. Post what you enjoy, post when you want to post, or don't post. Interact when you want to interact. Just don't be that guy who purposely goes out and targets people, makes their life shit, or just makes people's time scrolling pointlessly just really fucking unenjoyable. Because I'm not saying get off social media. I'm not saying people who are on social media all the time don't have lives. That's not the case. We all have our phones on us 24/7. We all have social media around us. You can't escape it. Just be nicer to each other, or just don't bother interacting with people who aren't going to believe or listen to you, who aren't going to bother to put in any effort into a debate or conversation, who talk down to people who are just enjoying their life. Social media is a fucking nightmare, and TikTok doesn't classify. TikTok is a pathogen. It's a fucking virus that doesn't classify as social media. It is a cesspool of fucking shit.